Hey Thumpers, welcome back from Comic-Con, Hall H, Saturday, crazy day, holy hell. One major panel this morning, and we're a little broken, maybe a little bit. It's been already a little rough.
It was a lot of information. It was a lot of information.
A lot of information. We are here to do the trailer reaction and or discussion because we technically saw it in the panel. We're going to be talking about Justice League, the Comic-Con sneak peek. I think we all went into it with the intention of, yeah, they're going to show some stuff. They're going to show some stuff from Justice League. It's a must.
For sure. I know we're 18 months out from Aquaman, but the panel started with Aquaman. The panel started with Jason Momoa running down the halls. Running down the aisles.
Using the trident as a guitar and rocking out with his long hair.
I love it. I love the enthusiasm. That guy, when he gets up there with Chris Hardwick and was hugging him, I was like, that's why he's a superhero.
Yeah. Because he's a giant.
Massive.
Did you see how small Chris Hardwick looked with that trident?
He was like, I'm Aquaboy.
Yeah, I'm Aquaboy. Take that, fish.
That was great.
Yeah, was great.
And then he was like, leave him alone, fish. Leave him alone. I was like, I love that shit. He just embraces the fun and just like the, like, no, I'm the king of the, you know, he ran in. He
introduced himself as the king.
He's like, your king is here. And I was like, well, we all bow down.
It was a really exciting panel. And then, you know, after the Aquaman, they brought out the cast of Justice League. They brought in Ben Affleck, Ezra Miller, Ray Fisher, and Gal Gadot. Obviously, Jason Momoa had come back from Aquaman. No Henry Cavill. Henry Cavill's out shooting Mission Impossible 6. He really did not lean into Superman at all in terms of the panel. There was some stuff that they talked about, you know, talking about some of the things that have been going on the last couple of days, which we'll address in another video. But we are really here to just talk about the trailer.
Okay.
There was a lot of stuff to discuss in this trailer, lots of little tidbits.
Just right off the bat, I feel like the action in this trailer was sick. It was like an action-heavy trailer. It really showed some more of the. I think the first initial trailer was just kind of like it was like it felt shorter and quicker.
Right.
And I know that maybe they've had a little bit more time to do some of that CG, but there was they absolutely did.
Cyborg looked on point.
Since the last time we've seen these characters, there were more scenes in the last trailer. I feel like of characters sort of talking. Does that make sense? Like with Aquaman saying like
a little more exposition.
Dressed as a bat, I dig it. Like that kind of fun stuff. Even though he was still jumping from the Batmobile, but in this one we had him crashing from a parademon down into a building.
Surfing a parademon.
Yes. Well, I'm just saying, this one just felt more action, and we get to see how some of these characters move more in the world, which was awesome. Really great.
Let's play this before we spoil the whole thing.
Do it.
Here we go. Ooh. What I love about any of these trailers, superhero characters, crowd went nuts.
Oh yeah.
Crowd went nuts.
Oh yeah.
Right? Is I'm already thinking like, who could these villains be? And I'm like running through DC Comics like bank robber style villains.
Robbing a bank,
Diana.
Me?
This is great.
Nothing very interesting.
I buy her as like an art
after the death of the Superman
restoration artist. People cheering here went nuts.
Bats looks great.
They said the age of heroes would never come again.
It has to.
Like a clean-shaven Ben Affleck, like that's Bruce Wayne.
We don't have any more time.
Here's what's really exciting: not a flashback.
Right.
That mascara, not a flashback.
Current time.
I want to see Diana go back. Alita. Although, since Antiope's in it, we will also be getting a flashback with this. That's the introduction to Steppenwolf.
No protectors here.
No protectors here. Listen.
No lanterns.
No lanterns.
Lanterns, interesting.
No Kryptonian.
So lanterns and Kryptonian, known thing in the DC universe to sort of cosmic
This world will
characters.
fall.
So I think that their absence might be a part of this.
Like all the others.
Yeah, the story of the film. You know what I'm saying? Like, and why they will need to come back.
This is the days when one's biggest concerns were exploding wind-up penguins.
I like that little reference right
This
there.
is crazy. Honestly, I think we're all gonna die. Each of us, in some way, is held back.
Don't engage alone. We'll do this together.
Raising the stakes. They've held back so far.
cool. You guys seem ready to do battle.
I love this.
I've never done battle. I've just pushed some people and run away.
That might be my favorite part.
Yep.
Flash just being like, I'm out of my league.
Yeah. Little does he know he's one of the most powerful characters.
Relax, Alfred. I'll take it from here.
See, that looked much
I
better
know
than
you?
it did in the other one.
Oh, no, you. It's great.
Superman was a beacon to the world. He didn't just save people. He made them see the best parts of themselves. All right.
I don't recognize this world.
We don't have to recognize him.
Here's what I love: the Hans Zimmer Man of Steel theme.
We just have to save it.
Love that music. Just have to save it. Yeah, that's
Rockstar.
Badass. And I love the way he brushes his hair away from his face.
That's great.
How many of you are there? Not enough. Do you really think that...
Oh, wow, they really just vanish. Huh? Oh, that's rude.
Right, nobody tells him? Come on.
I think this is Superman. I think it's Superman.
Oh, man.
People are saying it's a Green Lantern.
Could be a Red Lantern. Could be a Green Lantern.
It's footsteps.
You said you'd come. Now let's...
There's a little bit of red.
You're not too late.
Yeah, it's Superman.
It's Superman. All in.
Yeah, it's Superman. Unite the 6, 7? Because it's
7.
6. No, it'll be 6 total.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's
Gal
right, that's
Gadot
right.
kind of gave away a mega spoiler. She told that little kid,
Necessarily,
if
yeah.
you're a Superman fan, you're going to be extremely happy.
Yep.
Sure.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's how
what
you do
she
it.
said.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that was kind of my biggest thing. And it's harder to see in Hall H because it's a lot darker.
Right,
Now seeing on the
right.
computer screen, you definitely see the red fall off.
For sure.
It's got to
Yeah,
be Superman.
yeah.
It's interesting to see them building up Superman in this world as a beacon of hope.
Right.
Because I feel like as the audience, we haven't really seen that. And I feel like maybe in the previous movies, we could have gotten a little bit of a better idea of how like humanity saw Superman.
Absolutely. It's just like, this is not the best movie to compare it to, but at the end of The Amazing Spider-Man 2, people, fans, non-fans, critics of that movie, they talked about it on the internet. You had Gwen Stacy dying, spoiler alert. She dies, and then at the end of that, Peter Parker is sad. He mourns for what I assume is a couple of months. The seasons pass. He's at her grave site. It's super sad. He's eating some cereal or something, talking to Aunt May. She says something, and then he goes and he's inspired, and he's Superman. And fans are saying like he wasn't mourning enough. We didn't get enough of that. And I think that back then at the time, it was like the plan is if we do a Spider-Man 3, he'll be sitting more in those feelings. Like we'll see more of it. So I think that yes, I think that fans are saying, well, we didn't necessarily see enough of that. They didn't lean into it enough in the previous movie because they were kind of doing a different thing in that movie. Are we going to see more of that in this movie? Was that always sort of the plan? I think that's a similar conversation of like, it all sort of happened right at the end. And then throughout that whole movie, it wasn't necessarily about the hope. It was more about people hating Superman.
Yeah.
And he's still doing what he was doing, that it's like, the speech by Batman I think was really great. It was really great. And he didn't specifically say hope, I don't think, but he said that he was a beacon. And then at the end, Alfred saying, let's hope you're not too late. Like so people are like, it's Superman who shows up.
And then the newspaper to City Without Hope.
Yeah, exactly.
They're hitting it really hard, and I like that they're doing this because that's what we've talked about for a long time. If you've watched any of our stuff, you know that we are big proponents of Superman coming back, him being the person who we need to strive to be like, because he's always trying to do his best, even though he can't always win.
And he's the beacon in the DC universe.
He's the beacon, yeah. He's the guy you look to. Like I showed one of my buddies who is in the LAPD that comic where Superman stays up on a building, like hovering above a kid who's about to jump off that building,
suicide,
and he stays there all night. Yeah, that's Straczynski one. It's beautiful, and that's what I want the Superman to be like, and that's what I'm hoping they're leading to.
Yeah.
Like the guy, if you think about it, Superman could have gone around the world and saved hundreds of people, but he sacrificed all that time, and I'm sure it ate him up inside. But he was helping that one kid not jump off this building because that was most important to him right now.
Yeah.
And that's the Superman that I want to see here.
It's a great moment, man. I'm about to tear up right
now.
now. It's a great moment.
It's a beautiful moment, and
that's why we love these
that's what we
characters.
need to build up to.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that what Gal Gadot said is true. That this, if you're a Superman fan, this is gonna make you very happy.
Because the little kid, first of all, little kids asking questions at these panels is the best because they're just blunt. They're just blunt. They're straight up. And he said, "Where's Superman in this movie?"
Right, exactly.
and everybody laughed and then clapped and applauded. And so
and then Aquaman, Jason Momoa says, "I don't know if you watched the last movie, kid, but Superman's dead."
Yeah.
No, and if you did, and he stood up, and he was like, he stood up, and he's like, "And if you didn't watch that movie, that's your parents' fault."
Yeah. I'm like, people were like, "Oh," and he's like, he goes, "My kids are here. They've seen the movie." Like, Momoa defending his parenting.
Momoa also
exactly.
did pick up and throw some chairs around.
Yeah,
so
he
got
did.
very excited.
Yeah,
He like
got
broke a
very,
chair,
very excited.
and then he just sat on the floor cross-legged because he's just so big.
And then they brought him another chair.
Like a bear.
Yeah.
that was so funny.
Also, like
dead.
Like from the last movie and even the last trailer, like the visual look, you can definitely tell that they've updated some things. Like Cyborg that looks
100%,
so much better.
100% better.
And
than
I didn't
Cyborg.
think he looked too bad in the last trailer, but I think he looks that much better now.
Yeah, he's got that final polish on him. The compositing looks right. Like the lighting looks correct on him. The movement is matching on everything. So I think
that shot, those things of the Flash moving, I'm going to compare it to that same awesome scene from X-Men Days of Future Past with Quicksilver where he's going, where he's pushing the sword with the one, like, that shit looked awesome.
Yeah, the Flash
Great CG.
I think the CG and the effects on the Flash are probably the most impressive because I do feel like he's going faster, and that was one of my gripes before on previous iterations of the Flash is that I don't feel like he was fast enough because he blinks out of existence. He's so fast that you cannot see him, and in other iterations you see the trail of the Flash running.
You know
around
what's
the
funny
city.
is I think a great way to sell that is to have Barry Allen in that suit when he's standing there almost be slower than everybody else.
Right.
And what I mean by that is like at the end when everybody else disappears and he's just standing there,
Right.
I think it makes it more believable that the
Yeah.
Flash could exist, that
Yeah.
it's like he's not super fast all the time, but he
Right.
kind of has to like choose to go into it.
He has
if
to
that
pay
makes
attention,
sense. So
yeah.
he's just a regular dude.
Yeah.
Everybody disappears. He goes, "Oh, that's rude.
That
sorry,
sucks.
like
I guess I gotta go.
yeah." And then you can start to see the thing move before he like decides.
Right.
And I like that. I think that's cool.
I really, really enjoyed that. That being said, this trailer did not blow me away completely. I do like that they showed us stuff. Not
everything.
Not everything. The Steppenwolf stuff, the villain stuff. I feel like we've seen that in Batman vs Superman with the big flames, lava, world-ending thing. It happened in Wonder Woman, and now it's happening again.
The question is, are they reacting to sort of maybe how people reacted to like the Doomsday reveal? Are they afraid of giving away too much, or do you think that they're
Well,
or do you think that I don't know. Let's just like we don't necessarily know exactly what is going on
we
yet.
don't. But I'm mainly talking about the aesthetics.
Okay.
It's always it's dark, and there's bright lava and big explosions and fire that makes
Lots of
everything
fire.
kind of muddy looking.
Yeah.
Definitely green screen stuff.
Yeah,
for sure.
but that's not necessarily the green screen isn't necessarily the issue. It's just the fact that every single end fight seems to be dark with lava and like explosions and fire.
And at
Right.
nighttime.
And at nighttime,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
Sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
I actually really do like the fact that we don't see too much of Steppenwolf.
Sure.
Absolutely.
And I think that's part of the thing that they are learning is we don't have to show our villains completely in the trailers.
Right.
We
Right.
get glimpses of him. We see little pieces of his armor. We see him throwing down his huge axe.
Yeah.
Because it's not the point of a Justice League movie.
Right.
They didn't even say his name.
They
No.
have the strongest superhero characters of all time.
Right.
The
You
point
lean
of
into
the
that.
Justice League movie, you lean into that.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Kieran Hines is doing some voiceover stuff where he mentions no lanterns.
Oh,
Right.
No
Here we go.
Kryptonians.
So
all that kind of stuff.
At the end of this movie, are we thinking at the end of Justice League, the Guardians have to send a ring to Sector 2814 Earth specifically to be like they need a defender because
Maybe to fight
because
a brainwashed Superman. Oh,
maybe I don't know. I don't think it's going to happen in this movie, but I think that this will end in a way where the human heroes
Yeah.
basically and Wonder Woman barely defended what's happening.
Yep.
But news gets out. Well, now they're sending Darkseid. So the Guardians are like, shit, send them a couple rings. We need a white guy, a black guy. We need some humans to be flying around as Green
And a
Lanterns.
Mexican guy, Ryan.
And because now they have a Kryptonian, but yeah. Kyle Rayner. Half Mexican,
Yeah,
half
Kyle
Irish.
Rayner,
We'll send
yeah.
it to, but really he basically just looks like a white guy. Send him a ring! Kyle Rayner. And we need a
Kyle
guy with a
Rayner.
bowl cut.
Yeah.
Guy Gardner.
Guy Gardner.
No, they'll send two. They'll send two
Yeah, they'll
rings.
send 2 rings.
Every sector, they'll probably say like has 2 lanterns. But I love that little line. It's like cool. Lanterns are a part of this mythology.
Right,
yes,
right.
we're getting those little pieces, and we'll eventually
and,
get to
and
it.
in the slate, like every time they do a new slate, the new take on the slate, we always get Green Lantern Corps, Green Lantern Corps, Green Lantern
right.
Corps. I think we were hoping that maybe there would be some sort of an announcement about the Green Lantern movie.
Casting.
There was nothing,
something.
nothing about Green Lantern again, but to know that the Green Lantern Corps does exist in this universe tells you a couple of things. It tells you that the DCEU has a long and extensive history. We're not really starting at the very, very beginning of that history.
Right.
Because we already know that Wonder Woman or Diana is a few thousand years old. So there's already been sort of this history that's been building up behind the scenes while Batman and Superman and Flash and Cyborg are all kind of like being introduced and brought into this world. So they're not necessarily the first heroes in this universe.
Yeah.
You know, we've already had some history with the mascara and all that kind of stuff and the lantern.
And again, to go off the slate they announced a lot of stuff. They announced Flashpoint. which is a huge,
The Flash,
world-changing event.
and then it kind of turned into Flashpoint, and it was like
Wonder Woman 2.
okay, it's confirmed. Wonder Woman 2, Suicide
Green
Squad
Lantern,
2,
Suicide Squad
Justice
2.
League Dark,
Justice League
a
Dark.
part of the
Making it officially
DCEU.
part of the universe. Yeah.
I'm
Shazam.
I'm very
part of the
weary
universe.
about people overpromising. Like this is a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Like you're throwing at us a lot of good stories that can be done very well, but don't like rush into it. Don't just like throw all your cards on the table.
Yeah.
So it should also be noted, Hall H has those great Warner Brothers like side things.
Yeah.
They blew out that logo that we saw at the beginning of Wonder Woman with all the characters,
Yeah.
and I was just
Literally
sitting there
every freaking
looking for
They give us
characters.
Plastic Man. Like,
Right, yeah, right in the corner.
Bane.
Yeah.
Plastic
Everyone,
Man,
like every
Captain
single
Cold, Booster Gold. I saw in the corner, Blue Beetle
was there, yeah,
like the Riddler. All these different characters, and it was just me looking to be like, okay, which one of these
This is
movies
crazy.
do I want to
It's
see?
a lot of stuff.
And I know I pointed to you guys. I was like, Plastic Man. There's my guy.
That's the first guy you
I
saw.
pointed to Pooch. I'm like, Booster Gold.
Yep.
Yeah. So
I'm so
crazy.
curious to see where the story will go, knowing that we are going to have a Flashpoint movie.
Exactly.
What does that mean?
What
It
does
could
that mean
mean
for
anything.
Ezra
It could
Miller's-
mean nothing.
Ezra Miller's character. What is the journey he's going to take on this movie? Is it not going to be revealed until later on?
Right. Is it going to be a Flash contained story, or is it going to affect the whole world like it normally does?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Really interesting. But I did really like the tone of this trailer. It was fun, lighthearted, action packed.
Action-packed, yeah.
It also kind of has that thing that the DC movies are kind of known for, still being serious when they need to be serious.
Yeah.
And I
think we're all gonna die. Great.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Great.
it's got those perfect moments like that, and then it also, I love the fact that it has really punchy color.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. I
Yes.
feel like now this universe is moving toward being very comic book heavy, and I'm fine with
Beautiful
that.
cinematography.
And I think that's what these movies are all about. They don't have to exist in our reality because they're not about that. It's about us, aspiring to be the greatest example set by these godlike characters.
Ready Player One had a bunch of color.
Oh, yeah.
In the footage we saw in the trailer. Blade Runner obviously has a bunch of color. Those great like desert style, the
cyber,
orange, that
futuristic.
orange, and then we get to Justice League, and it still fit in that.
Yeah.
In that very colorful. I think Wonder Woman, I feel like kind of set the bar for that.
Absolutely.
With like the difference between London
They
and Themyscira.
featured
Yes.
Wonder Woman a lot.
Yes.
And
Rightfully so.
all the little footage that you get to see.
Yeah.
They do little tiny teasers before the trailers we watch, and she was featured in that a lot.
Yeah, it was basically the introduction to the DC
Yeah,
panel,
yeah,
and
yeah.
she's all over it.
She's all
The
over
other,
that
I
shit.
mean, the logos, which I guess is like a soft confirmation for these movies. The ones we saw: Aquaman, Shazam, Suicide Squad 2, The Batman,
Oh yeah, the Batman.
Justice League Dark, Batgirl, Green Lantern Corps, The Flash, Flashpoint. Like it turned into. I don't know if they're gonna just call it Flashpoint or if it's gonna be like The Flash: Flashpoint. Probably the movie will be called Flashpoint,
Right.
Because the Flashpoint is too many flashes, flashes in the
Flash,
title,
Flash.
and then Wonder Woman 2.
Yeah.
So that's all the.
Yeah.
That's all the
In
stuff
terms of
we
this
got.
trailer, I thought it was great.
Cool.
I thought it was the perfect way to still tease us about Steppenwolf, but not show a whole lot. We still don't know too much about the story. We have little bits and pieces.
Great lines,
They're teasing
great
Superman.
lines.
There's a lot of tease of Superman. So, and I personally hope that they don't show Superman in any trailers. I want to walk in the movie in November. I don't want to see Superman. If this is the only thing I see till November, I'm fine with it, but I know how it is with TV spots. Please don't reveal anything in the third trailer. Please.
Agreed.
Pray hands, pray hands, pray hands.
Oh, Brandon's.
Guys, make sure you stay tuned right here at Hyper RPG. We're going to do a breakdown of Hall H of exactly what happened in the Warner Brothers panel. We're also going to be doing some stuff for Ready Player One. And later today, Marvel Studios to end off the weekend. It's going to be a whole lot of fun. Subscribe
so
right
excited.
here. Share this with all your friends. And we'll catch you
Back
next
to these
video.
California burritos. Here we go.
Bye.